How's it going, everybody? This is Slippy Wizard, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about a Hunt Showdown, Arc Raiders, The Division, Mad Max, and just a bunch of other games that I like. And the video itself is mostly about Arc Raiders and my love, hatred, and just my opinions about Arc Raiders and the extraction shooter and that type of stuff. And just my thoughts and opinions on the game and everything like that. But without further ado, let me just get into it. What I like about Hunt Showdown is that every character and every skin is different. Sure, there is ones that are similar to each other, but that kind of adds to the story. That other ones are it's the teacher to this character, or this is the student, or this is the husband, or this is the cousin of this character, or it's Santa Claus and this is his minion, or just something funny like that. But like I said, in Hunt Showdown, all of the skins and characters build off of each other, and the story building is in the characters and in the game and matches itself. Now, the matches themselves, what I like about it is that it's kind of like PUBG, but the only difference is that you actually have a goal for each match. Rather than trying to kill everyone and trying to get to be number one, or be the last one in the circle, is the main goal. And what you're kind of you're not supposed to. You can go head hunting if you want to, if you want to be a rat, or if you want a PvE, it's definitely there, and it's definitely doable and easy to do. Some of the gunfights and mechanics that are in this game, top tier. It is phenomenal. But like I said, the main goal for Hunt Showdown is to usually load in, go kill the boss. There's usually one or two. So it's either go kill the main boss, and that's kind of more of a threat if there's usually one on the map, because everybody is finding clues and their map is shrinking, so they know where the boss is. You can find up to 3 clues to show where the monster is. Sometimes you can load into the map and the monster's right in front of you in the building and where you spawn in. And you're like, oh shit, the monster's right there. So you gotta kill it real fast and try to banish it and then extract and hopefully not die. And if you do die in the game, what I do and do not like about this game is that you do lose the loadout. Anything that you have on the game, so if you have a really expensive $2,000 rifle, when most matches you only make 500 to $200 or something, it's definitely annoying when you lose that pricey weapon. But that also adds to the fun and the risk factor of it. But that's any extraction shooter though. But what I do like though is that you actually lose the hunter. And what's kind of different and unique about that is that your hunter can get characteristics put on it. So you can put different traits on them, and you can custom the more levels that you get and the higher level you can get better and better skills. And some of them are really different. You can have it so you can fan your pistol, or you can lever action. You can just spray and pray with a lever action. You have ones you can aim down your scope, and when you do shoot, you don't zoom out. You can build your hunter to be very unique to your playstyle that you want. And what I do like about it, if you don't want to spend all the money to hire a high tier hunter, you can get a free hunter. It's going to be crappy gear that's on him, but it comes with some basic stuff, and you can still throw. And I know, oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, if you do buy a free hunter, you can still throw more equipment on him. So you can get the free hunter. He'll come with a health pack, a knife, pretty much all your basic stuff. He'll come with a shitty rifle and a crappy. Sometimes you'll get a good sidearm, and sometimes you can get lucky with the free hunters. It'll be pretty goated sometimes. But it's mostly about making your kit and customizing your hunter to your playstyle. You can get your hunter to be to level 50, and that's kind of the goal. You can go in, kill like, and this is kind of like highly encouraged. You go in, kill the ghouls and like the side monsters and stuff, and then go extract. So you can go for another raid or another hunt, because you don't need to go kill the bounty. You can go and like troll some people, do the PvP, or you can do the PvE part and kill a bunch of monsters. Like I said, get some experience, leave, go get some traits put on your hunter so you can fan and be more of a threat. Go into your next raid and you can dominate. And oh my gosh, it's so fun when you are able to dominate and like dunk on everyone because you have better skills and you can. It literally saves your life sometimes when you're able to reload your shotgun and like you're able to put an extra bullet in without wasting one, because sometimes literally that extra bullet will help you. But enough talk about Hunt Showdown for now. Let's go on to uh, what is it? I was going to talk about the Division, I believe. My main reason, or one of the main reasons that I wanted to make this video, was people on TikTok. I know it's TikTok, and I shouldn't take it as seriously as I am, but like the people complaining about the PvP versus PvE aspect of the game. Honestly, if you like PvE, give this game a try. If you like PvP, still give this game a try. It blends both perfectly together, I believe. Because the PvP aspect is like the main campaign and everything, but if you want to do player on player action, you have the dark zone that you can go into, and that's where the better loot is. And that's where I think it does the blend of it perfectly. Because if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. The dark zone is just kind of like there if you want to do it. And even if you were in our, even if you do go into the dark zone, you can go in there. You can like team up with other players too, I believe. But what I liked about it is that I think the first Division game came out in like 2015, and I think that was like the first extraction type shooter that I played, or at least like the early concept was like shown in the dark zone, like I said. But you can go in there. Sure, you can kill other people in there, but you get punished for it, and that's what I liked about it. You you get labeled as rogue, and like you're sitting there, and it's like this guy's a threat, and you get shown on the map, and everyone can like. I think other players got rewarded for killing a rogue player or something like that. So there was like a bounty put on you, and it was like, haha, I'm being a shithead, but like there's a bounty on me, so like, teehee, I'm being silly, but like there's a consequence to getting to being silly or like doing PvP. But like I said, all of the good loot is in there, and everyone, I believe what it was, everyone had a hazmat. Yeah, that's what it was, because it was like where all of the diseased area was the dark zone area. It's where like all of everything got hit first. So like all of the good stuff's still in there, so you can find all of the orange, purple, and like all of the good weapons in there, attachments and stuff like that, secondaries, all that good stuff, sprays and all that. But what made it interesting is that players could steal your bag or whatnot. You could hold, I believe it was 20 things. So you can go in there, you could be like, oh, I found a purple shotgun. Ooh, I found an SV, or SVG, what the hell? I found an SLG. It's pretty cool. But yeah, you can go in there and be like, I found a cool pistol. I found a sawed-off shotgun. I found this cool spray that I could put on my gun. But you got to call in the extraction, which I believe was a helicopter, and you had to attach it to the helicopter, and you had to wait. I believe it was. I think it was really extreme. I think you had to wait like 2.5 minutes. And then when the helicopter got there, you had to wait like 30 seconds for the helicopter to get your stuff. And in the meantime, if you ever went down, like what made it unique too is that if you killed people and there was loot that dropped, only you could see it. Or if you got it from a trash can, I think if you touched it and then left it, other people could pick it up. But if it was like an enemy that dropped it, it was only you that could see it. But if you pick it up and put it in your bag and you die, people can pick up your stuff. And like I said, if you're in the extraction and you're in there, people can steal your bag. So there's definitely like I said, you could still die and lose your stuff. So there's the fear of that. And what I think what made the Dark Zone unique was the progression for the Dark Zone was different from the main thing. Like you could be level 15 or whatever on the main campaign or whatever, but the Dark Zone, I believe it was if you died, it went to level 0. And you had to go in and you had to do stuff to like level up. You had to go in uh yeah, you had to like level up of this and that. You had to go in, so you had to. There was definitely a real risk to dying, and it was really annoying dying to rats or whatnot. People in Arc like in Arc Raiders are like, "Oh, the rats killed me." You haven't ever played the Dark Zone when you're level like 20 or something high. I can't remember what it was. It's been a while since I played that game. Almost 7 or 5 years. Oh my god. Whew. But if I like I said, if you die, you lost all of that progression, and the Dark Zone was in real time. Like you could load in, you could walk in there, and someone could sit there with an LMG, and you couldn't do anything if you walked in, and they're just camping the door, and they just gun you. You lose all that progress. So it was very annoying. It's like God damn it. But yeah, the Division, like I said, the Dark Zone, very unique for its time. I think it was a huge inspiration, or at least like the third person and being able to switch your camera was a huge inspiration in Arc Raiders, and I really like that. But I'm gonna move on to another game. I believe it's Mad Max, and you're gonna understand why I'm talking about that because Arc Raiders kind of lacks what this game shows, and it's older. So why would I bring up the game Mad Max? This is a much older title. It's a car game. It's a single player game. Why would I bring it up? The reason that I'm bringing this game up is because the world building also tells the story. You go from like each location, each scrap location where you can just pick up scrap, each base, even just random debris that's everywhere, and just random enemies that you can find on the map has a story built into it, and most of the enemies don't even say anything. Like, yeah, they'll be like, "Oh, it's the Ragged Man," or like if like all the other clans think you're part of the other clan, or like, "Oh, it's a driver of the Scrotus." It's one of the Scrotus guys, or oh, it's dead meat, or something like that. Ugh, excuse me. But like I said, the reason I like Mad Max is because every location has story building put into it, and it makes sense. Like you look around and you go to each base, you look at everything, and you're like, okay, how would people in this wasteland take this thing? Like, how would they take the shipping crate and turn it into like a place to live and survive? And you look around, and it's like, okay, yeah, they got like the toilet, they got all that, and it makes sense. The world's straight up, you don't have much. What little you do have, you have to use to literally like use to survive. Nothing goes to waste in the wasteland unless it's like literally scrap metal. Like it's rusted so badly you get tinnitus looking at it. In Arc Raiders, I believe the lore is that the robots took over and it was almost like a mass execution or like almost a mass killing of all of the humans on Earth or whatnot. And we were forced into the underground. So I can understand they like in my mind that means that it would be kind of like a forced panic. Like there would be a lot of dead people, there would be a lot of panic. So in my mind, it would look a lot more like the Division. I think does it more accurately of how like that chaos would look, or like the streets are covered in just everything's gross. There's trash everywhere. It was a rush job to get underground. But then the more you read into the lore and the more you look into the maps, besides still Amontis and like Buried City, all of the other maps kind of just like it almost feels like a camping trip because it's clean. It doesn't look like it has been a war zone. Like some of the other ones, yeah, there's the big old robot like bodies or like the big emperor. I think that's what they're called, the big old emperor carcasses or the bastion carcasses that are around everywhere. You got the rocketeer carcasses that are on the ground, but like in my head, it just doesn't make sense to me. If there was like this 10-year war to take back over the top side, you would think you would like, not that it would be like the Terminator, but like, you'd expect it from the way it's described in the lore to be like Skynet or like Skynet or Skynet, whatever it is, you know. You would expect there to be like a lot more skulls or like you would expect the world to be a lot more dirty. Like, don't take my word for it. Don't let me like ruin the game for you. But like, look around though. It feels like the robots just kind of went through and like stole all the humans, if anything. And like, there's no carcasses around. And it did like, you, because I know Mad Max is like the world dried up. There's no more water essentially. Water is like more valuable than bullets or anything. It's literally life. The Last of Us, there's a lot more wildlife, and it was a disease that killed everyone. The Division does a good representation of that. Yes, a lot of people died from the disease, but it's also overgrown, and it makes sense to me. In Arc Raiders, like I said, you load into the matches besides Stella Montes and Buried City. All the other maps don't really have that feel of like the robots were here and like there was a big ass war that took place or like it just doesn't it doesn't make sense to me. And that's and like I said, that's why I love Mad Max because you go to each location and the storytelling is told in the background. It's told in the environment. The environment tells the story. You can find pictures. You can look around and like you see snipers' nests and whatnot. And that's what I love about the game. Arc Raiders, it just doesn't do it as well for me. But like I said, I'm just a dude with an opinion. My opinion could be wrong, but environmental building could be a bit better. But moving on to the next topic. The meat and potatoes of this little roast that I'm cooking up. So Arc Raiders, the game itself, the reason I'm making this video, my love and hatred for the game, all of my opinions. Let's lay it down for you. One, I love the idea of this game. Robots took over. Humanity as a whole is trying to retake the topside. We retook it, and then we lost it. And then we are retrying to take it over again. And the robots came back even harder to try to kick our asses, but we went, nah, fuck you, robots. F you, Skynet. Love that. Love the idea of that. Compared to Hunt Showdown, a Hunt Showdown is like, it's just you and only you get credit for the bounty. Go and get that credit, go get that bounty. That's all you, king or queen, whatever character you're using. It's supposed to be you're the top dog. This game is very heavily focused on you're supposed to be a community or like mankind joining together to kick the robot's ass so we can take over the top side once again. Like that is the entire goal. Hunt Showdown, like I said, just you and you alone trying to get that bounty, only you get credit for it. You don't get paid if you don't get it. Doesn't matter if you didn't kill the boss, as long as you stole the. If you killed a hunter, stole the bounty, and extracted with it, you got credit for it. So I can understand that and doing that in that game. In this game, killing people, I don't get it. It's not Call of Duty, it's not there's literally no benefit lore wise and like XP wise, you get less from killing people. You get more for finding literally a pile of shit. Like you could find roots and get more points than getting a 5-man kill streak or something. It doesn't do anything. It makes a cool little like TikTok or something. No one wants to click on that though or watch it. To be honest, this game brings out a lot more friendliness out of me than like most of the things. Like the amount of people that I've talked to that were super chill and whatnot. It's crazy how nice some people can be. But there's a few things that I do not like about this game though. The I can't tell if it's just my internet. A Hunt Showdown I used to be able to run perfectly fine and then I moved. And then I can't tell if it's just where I'm at, but I just seem to not be able to run Arc Raiders like fluently. It either lags all the time or just I can't do it, or I'll get into a raid and I'll be walking and then I rubber band really badly, or like I'll be sitting there and I'm trying to reach a raider crater or cache, whatever it's called, and I'm sitting there and I'm looting the same thing 20 for literally 40 seconds, and it didn't load like the thing at all that I looted it. It can get very, very annoying. My other complaint is that there's kind of no goal when you go topside. Sure, there's quests to do, but once you do the quests, they kind of just repeat themselves. It's really boring, to be honest. Like when it's the same thing of like, oh, go find. I think the only unique one was go put this Beretta in this box, and then extract with it. I think that was the most unique one. The other ones are just really annoying. Of like, run to this location, dig around in this pile of shit, put this in your safe pocket, go to this other location, dig around in a pile of crap, put this other item in your safe pocket, and then go extract. That's kind of what most of the missions turn into, or like what most of your time was looking at, or looking like. Which I mean, like I said, it's more casual, or like I have been saying through this game, it's a more casual extraction shooter. You're not really expecting to like be Rambo or like do all of that stuff. But the kind of like I said, there's kind of no point for most of the raids, so it kind of gets kind of boring because you're sitting there like, well, what do I do now? I have all my benches max level. I have my chicken trained all the way. I have all the quests done. What do I do now? So it just makes people PvP, and I can understand the PvP is cool if you're not lagging around. And like I said earlier, if I'm in the practice range in this game, it's so aid sometimes. Like I think in the background I have when I've got this blueprint, and then I made it. Then I tried testing the gun out. I couldn't tell if the gun was automatic or burst fire, or like a two tap at first because it was so laggy. Like half of my games lately, ever since New Year's or like Christmas Day, my game has not run the same. Like the 2 weeks that I was playing before Christmas, and then like compared to now, to be honest, I haven't really done the trials or anything because it's been so laggy. I haven't really wanted to touch the game. I'm probably not going to get that outfit just because I can't. Like I said, I can't even walk. Then I'm going to be talking about the skins here in a sec, but I think I need more footage. Now, talking about the skins in this game compared to Hunt Showdown, like I said, a Hunt Showdown, I believe, has superior skins just because each character, like I said, each skin is a different character and it has a backstory that goes with it. Like a different clan will have different skins, or like each character is at least unique to itself. You go to these outfits and everything, and I understand it's like a wasteland, and some of these are kind of interesting, but a good chunk of these are kind of lame. Like the one that I like the most, I still kind of don't like though, is kind of the off-brand Mad Max or whatnot.
You're the driver.
That's right.
I personally do not really, I don't really rock the blue. I do like the black. I don't really like this is like my main problem with each skin in this game or whatnot, or like each outfit. It comes with three colors. There's usually one that's decent. There's a second one that's okay. And then there's a third where you're like, why would you wear that? This being the why would you wear that? I like the black one with no vest and no headwear. It kind of gives me like a futuristic Mad Max, especially with the fuel can and like the mixtape on the back, or one of Lance's mixtapes or whatever. So I usually run around with this on, or this one, but like, besides the skins that I do have, like, I did buy this one. This one was free, and I have bought these two because these are the most decent three. Like, this kind of gives me a Speed Racer or like Herbie vibe. Like, that's cool to me. The Gatekeeper's cool. I like the green more than the orange, to be honest with you. That's just cool. I like the number 7 as well. But like, besides the samurai or like the deep sea diver, or like the hiker one, and this one was free. This one was with the Cold Snap update. This one honestly is the coolest skin I think that's come out. I really like the blue. And like all of these are pretty, like you can use all these for each map if you want to be like, I gotta blend in. You can do that. And these are just really cool, honestly. Some of these are kind of dorky, like the starter one, I guess. It's the starting stuff. This stuff's kind of goofy. It's from the quest items. This was a crossover with the finals, and not gonna lie to you, the finals was very, very fun. I only did the 3 missions where it's like playing a game mode, and I tried 3 different modes. Pretty fun. And the server was a lot more stable. For some reason, I played games the same night, and Arc Raiders is a lot more laggy. Take that as you will. This is like the level 75 outfit. You kind of get like a evil Buzz Lightyear Star Wars thing. You're like a Death Trooper, but like you got stranded on Earth. You got the mechanic. This is the trial one that I was talking about, where I might not be able to do the trials because of how laggy it is. I don't even care for the orange or pink outfit. I just want that base level one. That's honestly really cool. With the red bandana and stuff. Like that's so cool. And then you get to like some of these other ones and they're just not, it's kind of like the same curse. Like some of the skin, the like some of the skin's cool. There's one that's trash. Like why would you wear that? Other than like, I would buy the skin for that. But it's even clipping and like, why does he have a Daft Punk in like a toilet welded to a headset with a laser pointer with a like? Some of these skins make no sense to me, and some of them are really cool, like the World War One looking ones, or like the pilot stuff. That's cool. That one's cool. Again, it just looks like Star Wars. It looks like a T-Mobile grill welded to a gas mask. I guess that's cool. That's interesting. But like, I've never seen anyone with the blue, and everyone wears the green because it's the only good outfit, chappy looking at. You got like the fencer and like my biggest complaint is just like all of the skins look the exact same, or they just don't look. All right, that's pretty swag. Not gonna lie. But like, why would you? Who'd be rocking this? The white's kind of cool if you're on like a snowman, but the blue fucking helmet gives you away. Same with that. Like, I hate that. Like, I understand that your character has to stand out in some way. You can't be like in a ghillie suit because you can just hide in the fucking trees. But there needs to be like look at fucking Captain Falcon over here with a green long sleeve like jacket on or some shit. I don't I don't get. Maybe it's just goofy. And then like the astronaut set, and there's this, and then they came out, or like there's this one where like it's the same skin, but it's the astronaut in short sleeve and swimwear looking shit. Then one of the newer skins is look at the astronaut, but he has it in short sleeve. He's got a wife beater on. Whoa, look at him go. He's camouflage. What the like? Who the fuck is wearing this? Looking like Scooter or something. I don't know. The skins just seem lazy to me. Like with the amount of customization that you can do to your character, like the division, I feel like you should be able to have a beard at least. That should be a thing. And it's just, I don't know. The laggy server and the skins make me not like this game as much. The gameplay itself, like I said, I can't really engage with PvP, but it is fun with the ones that I have. Like, I killed a leaper and I had some dude that was on me, but like he started shooting at me. I almost killed him. I switched to my shotgun. He started sliding down the mountain. I shot at him. My game froze for 3 seconds, almost 5 seconds. Gave him enough time to reload. I was shooting at the ground apparently, and he domed me, and I didn't even know until I lagged on the ground dead. I, it's only this game. I don't get it. I want to love this game. It has the potential to be one of like right up there with Hunt Showdown of like good game. I love that it's not as extreme. I love that you have a perk tree that's like universal to all of your characters, or like whoever your character is. It shares the same stuff. Your progress isn't lost. I, I don't know. I just wish there was more to the game because of how casual it is. Or I wish there was like, yeah, there's events of like the Monarch, but I wish there was more where like it incited people to actually work together to I don't know, like I said in Hunt Showdown, the thing is you have the bounty and your entire goal is to go get the bounty. In this game, you go topside and it's just to go find trash hopefully. that you can use to build your favorite weapon or gear that you like. There's kind of no goal or like particular reason to go topside besides to find blueprints. And to be honest, after you find a certain few and like get all your stuff for the expedition, you don't really want to reset because of how hard it is to find all the stuff, and it's so random with the blueprints. Like, unless you trade or like you run into a nice person. That's how I found my Wolfpack one was some dude on Stelamontes. He and you could you could just tell this guy was tired of life for one night. He had this skin on, and he's all like, "I've done so many runs. I've been here too long. Go ahead and take that." And I was like, "Thank you, man." But yeah, it's definitely an interesting game. I have a lot of funny clips. I just wish the skins were better, and I wish the maps had more to them. Like I said during the Mad Max section, besides Stellamontes and maybe Buried City, it's the only two maps that like make sense of like, oh my god, there was robots in panic about. The other ones just feel like a clean The Division map. But don't let my angry opinion sway you of this game. Maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't. I just wish that there was more with this game because of how there's so much potential. It's such a good game, and I want to see it succeed. Don't get me wrong. I say everything out of love, but with all the good, there is other alternatives. Like if you love the PvP and PvE aspect, go play the Division 2. It's a really good game. If you like PvP, I highly suggest you take the time to learn to hunt Showdown. It's really complex and a lot of manual stuff, but I would recommend that game or hell, even I've never played Escape from Tarkov, but even that game has a PVE mode in it because of how approachable and easy that would be. PVE should be in this game, I think. But like I said, don't take my opinion, and I'll talk to you guys later. You have a good rest of your day. Okay, so this game, God, I already fucked it up. The Division, specifically the Division 1, but the gameplay is going to be the Division 2. Um, I want to say the Division 1 was kind of what it was like one of the first games that I played that had the extraction shooter part to it. And it's also like I most people, if you're going to play Arc Raiders, I believe is going to be very compared to the my God,